Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Geek Northwest Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan MC, and this is the third my third go around this week, which isn't won't be the norm as it were for the recording patterns. I'm bored here on a Friday night, and I thought I'd float something your way. I don't even think I'm going to tell anyone that this is up, because it is just me just fucking around with myself, and it should be treated as such. I'm not even sure what to talk about, to be honest with you. The Giants are up 3. It's 4-1, and which is great, unless you're a Mets fan. Baseball just happens to be one of the two regular American sports that I can stomach, the other being basketball. I could never really do football. It's just, maybe I should get into that later. Maybe I should save this one for an episode that matters. But no, I've never been a big football fan. Although I do enjoy soccer as well. I forgot to add that into the list of sports that I can stomach. Hockey isn't bad either. Maybe it's just football that I don't have respect for it. But I understand that people do, and that's okay. Although I do think that I want to go off on and about it here on one of these here podcasts, because I think that is hilarious. Maybe not to fans of football, but you know what? I don't really mean it. Well, I do, but I don't believe it, if that makes any sense. I know it's hard to stomach in this. Oh, God. What am I going on about? I think I was about to give you fucking social commentary. Like, you need that from me right now. Like, that's what you need. It's some social commentary from me, I'm telling you. That's probably not what you need. What you probably need is a good night's sleep. Like I said last podcast, you look a little tired. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm sitting here in my room talking to myself like an idiot. It's hot as balls. Got to 102 today, which is not normal for these here parts. And I'm just sitting here eating these cucumbers that I grew. And I gotta say, they turned out pretty good. They turned out really good, actually, and I waited a little bit to eat them, which I kind of wish I ate them immediately, but I guess not. Although my pumpkins are out there, they're doing shit. They're dying left and right. Last year they didn't get very big, but I had a lot of pumpkins that did okay, and I got a fair few of decent sized pumpkins. This year I went for the Atlantic Giants, and I've heard of people just willy-nilly planting Atlantic Giants and having them turn out fairly well, but this is not the case here. This is not the case at all. So next year I'm going to try a variety, because all I planted this year was the Atlantic Giants. It was a big mistake. I was going to plant the other ones, but then I got distracted somehow. Who remembers how? But I should have planted the regular jack-o'-lantern types. And maybe next year I'll have a whole array. That's my favorite thing to grow, I think. Pumpkins, which, I don't know. It's fun. It's really fun. So I'm just sitting here eating my cucumbers, drinking my tea. There's so many things right now that I would like to talk about, but I definitely want to wait till someone else is here talking bullshit with me, because I think that's a lot funner. Funner's not a word. Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I may be stupid, but at least I'm not a know-it-all jackass. Oh my god. San Francisco won 8-1. And Seattle's 6-4 in the lead, but it's only the end of the 7th. So anything can happen there. But let's see what else is going on. Tra la 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 la. Oh god, give me a second here. Okay. The Avengers, what does this say? The Russo brothers explain why Avengers 4 got a name change. So Avengers 4, that would be Avengers Infinity War Part 2. They're basically just saying that they changed the part 2 of the Avengers Infinity War. It was because originally it was supposed to be Avengers Infinity War part 1, and then part 2 comes out. I kind of liked it like that because I thought, I was really cool with them focusing so much on the Infinity War. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like when The Hobbit 3 was coming out. It should have been just the 2 parts, and then they made it. Well, besides that, okay, the extending the 2 parts isn't the issue here. It was when they took the movie that was going to be called There and Back Again, an on-point movie title. How cool would it have been if it was named There and Back Again instead of The Battle of the Five Armies? It's the name of the... Oh! I don't know. I've been weary ever since Civil War. Oh, back in 1862, me and the old Confederates. No, I'm talking about Captain America, Civil War. Which, actually, I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it very much. A lot of people really, really liked it, and I can see how they liked it. I thought the Spider-Man part of it was awesome. It's the tits. This is another thing we could talk about later when there's someone else and it's slightly more interesting. But, yeah, the Spider-Man part was awesome. I loved that. I don't know. It was coming... for me, I watched it almost directly after watching Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. And the whole superhero... Are we good? Are we bad? Thing. I don't know. I got fatigued by that story after the old Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So that's one reason I didn't care for it. But no, people liked it, and I see how they would. I'm not. I don't dislike it, but oddly enough, I really liked Age of Ultron. A lot more than Civil War, which people seem to have the opposite view of that. Which, again, different people for different things. Ow. Well, that being said, I could also definitely see how someone would view Age of Ultron as a terrible, terrible movie. So, also, tomato. I need to stop with the trying to analogize. I suppose while we're on the topic of the Avengers and everything, there's a new give me a second, trailer for Doctor Strange, and there's this whole article where it says, there's a Avengers cameo, but all it really is there's a shot of the skyline of New York and the Avengers Towers in it. Apparently, I have not actually seen the trailer, so I can't. But no, this article says that's all it is. So that must be all it is. Yeah. Okay. So what's next? What could possibly be next? Blah, 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 blah. I'll tell you what. I went into those rabbit holes that you get in. Well, maybe not you, but I get into them. I go on YouTube and I click a video, and then it's just sometimes it's just a rabbit hole. You get sucked in, and the next thing you know, it's been 3 hours, and you look at you're looking at Superman 3, clips from Superman 3 that you've seen already, but you just felt the need to watch just a tiny part of that movie. So I was doing that, and I came across somehow the trailer to that movie, Mr. Holmes, which was a very underrated movie, I'd like to add, and it was a very amazing. Was it underrated, or is that just me thinking that? But oh my god, I watched that movie quite a while ago, it seems, and it was It was a beautiful movie. That's a movie I'd suggest to anyone. And I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan. You know, I've read the books. And this movie, if you didn't already know, is Sherlock Holmes. He's like 90. He's dying, and he's caring. Well, no, this little boy is caring for him and his mother. It's been a while. They're neighbors, or she's living in. No, she's. I think they live next door, but like she's definitely caring for him, and the kid goes out, and he helps Sherlock Holmes do some beekeeping because he thinks that beekeeping keeps you alive, and he wants to stay alive and rectify this story that Dr. Watson got wrong all these years ago. He changed it to make Sherlock Holmes look like a better person, and all this happens, and there's some flashbacks, and it's really just fucking interesting the whole time, and it was a perfect movie. And I think more people should see it. Other than that, I don't know. Tweet me at Geek_Northwest on the Twitter. I think I also have a Tumblr, but I don't really check that very often. Does anyone else find Helen Hunt extremely sexually attractive, but at the same time not at all? You can tweet about that. Go watch that movie What Women Want with the Mel Gibsons and the Helen Hunts, and then come back and tell me if you think that my statement is dead on, because I think that it is. I think I'm right. I think I'm right about all things, and I think that you're wrong about all things. That's not necessarily true. It's when she's doing her TV shows, when it's like, that when she's doing the TV shows, she looks like, like your aged neighbor, and then all of a sudden she walks out and is in a movie, and it's like, maybe that's just me. She does have an extremely large forehead. Not that I can particularly talk shit about anyone else's physical appearances. Who am I? But no. You know what? I started this by saying that she was sexually attractive, so I think that's good enough. She can have a large forehead. People have large foreheads. I don't think that's a bad thing to have a large forehead. It's just a thing, and only you can take it to that weird place where it's a bad thing. So don't come to me with your complaints about large foreheads being sexy, that I'm large forehead shaming. I'm not having it. I'm not having any of this. I am a goddamn American citizen, and if I say Helen Hunt's head is large and that's fucking okay, then I think that's okay. All right? Do we have we come to an understanding? But like I said, I think she's a very beautiful woman. But no, let's think through this, because a couple years ago, she was in this movie where she played the sex surrogate for a guy with polio. So obviously, if we think about it, I'm not the only person who has weird feelings about Helen Hunt, because the casting whoever the casting department for that movie would have to go, all right, we've got to cast someone who's kind of sexual, but you feel weird about it, maybe, because that's kind of the tone of the movie, isn't it? It's a sexual movie, but it's one could call it strange because of the polio thing. Not that it's bad to have polio and have sex. If you have polio and you have sex, then that's fantastic. That is fantastic. But I should shut the fuck up real quick, because I know virtually nothing about polio. So, but back to Helen Hunt. My favorite Helen Hunt moment was in a movie she wasn't even in Austin Powers, when Fat Bastard says, "Do you know my favorite Helen Hunt movie?" And he says, "Twister." And he twists Austin Powers' nipple, if I remember correctly. That's hilarious. I could I still laugh at that part. How did it get so late? It's 1. Well, it's officially Dennis's birthday. So happy birthday, Dennis. I love you so much. You're the fucking man. We've been friends for so long. And tomorrow you're supposed to come over and we're going to hopefully watch the McGregor-Diaz fight. And that's going to be awesome. I hope Diaz wins again. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. It probably won't, but that's what I want. Usually what I want to happen in a UFC fight doesn't happen. Except for when Ronda Rousey got knocked to the fucking ground. I thought, all respect to Ronda Rousey. She works hard for her shit. But I really, I really liked it when she got knocked the fuck out. Holly Holm just went in there and just, oh god, the amount of power that she has behind her punches. Jesus Christ, I couldn't, oh my god, I couldn't imagine getting clocked in the face by that woman. It'd be like getting hit in the face by a train. And then she lost to Miesha Tate. I watched that one as well. Jesus, she's not good at the groundwork. When Miesha got her into the clinch, she couldn't handle it. But oh god, that does not make her. Let me tell you what, that does not make her any the less of an amazing athlete. Do you know what? I think we watched Twister in school. Helen Hunt. Oh, now I'm more off track than I was. UFC, Helen Hunt. It's all getting jumbled around in my brain. I'm sure that a lot of the shit talk they do in the UFC is, 100% purely, well, I wouldn't say 100%, but a lot of it's just trying to sell the show, but it still finds a way of getting under my skin when McGregor or whomever talks so much shit. I hate it. Mr. Miyagi says there's someone always better. I think McGregor could take a page out of Mr. Miyagi's book. Do you know what? Maybe I'll have Dennis on and we'll talk about the fight. How cool would that be? Oh, we'll just, after the fight, we'll just come on here and shoot the shit. Oh, that'd be great. Maybe we'll do that. I'll ask him. He probably won't want to do it, but I hope he does. Back to the what I was saying. They talk all this shit, and then the hardcore, McGregor or whomever fans go, he's still number one. He's defeated, but he's humble in defeat, when he was being a total, jackass. My favorite fights are the ones where in the prelims where they just fight each other, and at the end they hug or touch gloves or whatever. Go, oh bro, that was a good one. Instead of this fucking climbing up on the goddamn fence and going, I'm the shit, I'm number one. Everyone talking shit. Oh, look at my dick. Look at how golden it is. Maybe I'm just playing into the whatever. I would never have watched UFC ever if my mom didn't like it so much. So, but it's great. I wish my brain could form complete thoughts. Wouldn't that be awesome? But if there is someone who actually has listened to this whole thing and up to this point, and I don't know you personally, well, you can do this if you know me personally too, but why don't you just tweet me a question? I'll read it on here. A question or comment either of those things. I'm not above or below that. I'm right down the middle. I'll do it unless it's, some stupid shit. And by stupid I mean, well, not necessarily not profane. It can be profane, just not I don't know. Try it, I guess. That's been your Geek Northwest podcast. I love you. No, but sleep well, everyone. Stay safe. That's an important one. Use protection. You definitely use protection. That's another good one. Oh, God. Don't get too schmammered. Drink responsibly. That shit really is important, I think, to know how to drink responsibly. A lot of people brush it off and say, whatever, I can do what I want. If I want to go out and get blackout drunk and throw up on whatever on my friends and in their cars, and that's just it's not cool for everyone around you. You're usually putting other people at risk, and I don't know. It's the whole we're gonna have the greatest night of our lives thing that sort of, I don't know. It puts that shit on a pedestal almost, and it makes it so people go, oh well, I have to get out. We're going partying. We gotta get blackout drunk this weekend. When I don't know, and I'm not saying that drinking is all bad either. I think it's great to have a few drinks with your friends. But, when you have the expectation to put shit to the limit every night, that's, it gets into weird, I don't know what I'm trying to say is stay safe and, stay safe and have a good night. I'll see you guys Monday.